Pistolera here, and we're back with another video. I know I've been really slack in the posting videos department. I'm really sorry for that. I have a job and life gets busy. What can I say? You know how it is. Anyway, so there's been a next gen update, which is really awesome for the console players. 4K at 60 FPS. Nice. There's more blood, there's more guts and gore, and quicker reload time, and much, much more. And so you've downloaded the game. Congratulations. And you're like, yeah, this game's pretty cool, and which it totally is. But you have no clue what you're doing or what this commander role thingy-majiggy is. Well, you have come to the right place because this video is all about the commander role and how to play it like a boss. So if you want some tips and tricks on how to be the best commander ever, how to be the man, how to be the king, the bee's knees, and pick up all those chicks like this guy before he was that guy, then this video is for you. Now, if you do follow my tips and tricks, I can almost guarantee that you will be successful in life, in your career, and with your relationship with your mum. So let's begin. Now, the commander role is a very important role. I mean, you've got the power to completely turn things around when things are totally going kaput, because you have that thingy-majiggy that calls in fire support. Now, that fire support ranges from smoke mortars to cover your position and block out those spots where those silly, annoying sniper people are at. You know, those people that nobody likes. Also the same kind of people that looks at granny porn. As I was saying, we have smoke, chemical mortars, explosive mortars, rocket barrage, big bada boom, all the way through to helicopters. Now, for the commander role to function, you gotta have your little chihuahua, your little bitch, aka your observer, alright? No, but look, I'm just kidding, okay? Observer guy, you are really important, alright? You're basically the emotional support for the commander, and neither one can function without the other. Just think of it as you're the Joe Biden for America, where nothing would function without you.
Or whether or not there's a man on the moon.
Oh, and you must be within 10 meters of the commander. No need to sniff his butt or anything the entire time. Just for the few seconds to call in that fire support. And before you go off and die, please make sure you just wait a couple of more seconds to confirm the call, and then you may be excused and die. Alright, so the other thing you need to know when playing commander role, because let's be honest, it can be a little bit stressful at times. There's a lot of pressure on you, you're multitasking, the entire team is relying on you. Your enemies are carrying things that can kill you. People are dying left, right, and center. It is very easy to put yourself in a vulnerable situation. Like when you're running around with your binoculars in your hands and then getting shot because you were defenseless and your observer was useless. You don't want to be that guy. That's the guy that drops the soap in the shower.
I could be a friend to you. Hard to get. I like that.
Not a good situation to be in. So that is my tip number one. Only pull out those binos when you are literally ready to call something in. Tip 2, call something in every spawn. Be proactive, be resourceful. You don't want to finish a game and you got all this extra fire support. That's kills that you could have had between you and your observer, because that's how the game works. Every kill that the fire support gets is evenly distributed to both you and the observer. Tip 3, smoke mortars. Now, don't just be willy-nilly with it, okay? Use the smoke call out to block out those exposed areas that those annoying enemies and snipers are hiding. We want smoke to blind the enemies, not your friends. So place the smoke almost on the point, but not on the point, because then the smoke just goes on the roof and that's just silly. Tip 4, always use choppers for point A and B. The reason why I say this is because by the time you get to D, you no longer gain any extra waves. So therefore, it is best using your most powerful resources to get as many waves as possible from the get-go. So don't save them, you've got 2 of them, just use them. Tip 5, communication is key, in-game and IRL. If you unfortunately have a girlfriend but fortunate enough to want to keep her, then as you should know, communication is your best friend, okay? You're welcome. So communicate with your team when you are calling in fire support. Whether it's a chopper so they can hold off and be ready for that push, always give them a heads up, especially when you're calling in that A10 strafe. Use the strafe for either in front of the point, next to the point, or directly on the point, especially if the objective is an open or single story building, as the strafe is quite powerful and will go through buildings. Yes, I know the game does tell you when your team has called something in and places a little flare to signal the position. However, no one pays attention to that, and just letting them know when you're calling something in and where and when they should hold and push, in my experience, has made the game more successful. Also, if you are feeling really fancy, you can actually change the direction of the strafe by holding down left click. This function has been more of a recent add-on, which is great. Thank you, NWI. You have actually done something right for a change. Tip 7, chemical mortars. Try to aim chems towards the back of the point so the enemy is forced to go through it. But also, just calling them on the point is absolutely fine. Of course, taking into consideration the kind of building the objective is at, as obviously if it's an all-indoor building, it's just going to go on the roof. Also, just another little tip, you can look at your entire enemy's team by pressing tab. That opens up the map and players, and there you can see their ranking. So if you can see that your enemy team has heaps of low rankers, then it's most likely that they aren't carrying gas masks. Very rookie mistake. Oh, and yes, make sure you tell your team to equip their gas masks, because you'll be surprised how many people don't. Yes, I know, but just trust me. Tip 8, explosive mortars. Extremely powerful when used correctly. I always try to place them either towards the back of the objective or where the enemy has to run through to reach the point. Remember that explosive mortars aren't just all about how many you can kill, they also play a fantastic role in deterring the enemy to assist your team in capturing the objective. Tip 9, rocket barrage for the insurgent side is very helpful to counter that helicopter that the security call. Now, it's already super easy to predict when the security team will call their chopper, which is usually when they are on 1 or 0 waves. So being ready to call in that rocket barrage to counter that aggressive push you're just about to receive will definitely release some pressure for your team when defending that objective, and they will love you for it.
Where the fuck does she come from?
Oh, and keep in mind that rocket barrage has a huge radius, so be mindful of that. Only if you want to avoid being kicked for team kills. So wherever you place it, add like 50 meters to that. Insurgents' explosive bomber drones can actually go into buildings, windows, and doorways, so you can do this by aiming them directly into a window or doorway and waiting for the reticle to go purple. The insurgent push on Tideway map is pretty good for that. There's a few spots where you can put that into practice. Alright guys, last and final tip is be patient and take your time when calling something in, because there's a lot of people out there trying to kill you. Alright, and a big part is just learning the maps. And most of all, just have fun. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you thought I was going to say it, but I didn't. Until next time, adios for now.